everybody, welcome! My name is Phoenix, and today, since it's Halloween, we're going to be talking about a scary Halloween movie called Beetlejuice. Well, actually, this movie was not that scary. My daddy told me that when he was younger, he used to be horrified of this movie, and he would always have bad nightmares. But I think I'm probably better at handling scary movies than he was at my age, because my daddy told me that he was kind of like a scaredy cat at my age. And I actually thought this movie was kind of funny. There were some scary parts, however, and also some gross parts. And one of the scary parts was when Beetlejuice transformed into this really big rattlesnake, and he was trying to scare people out of this house, and he was like grabbing them and like rolling them down the stairs, and that was really scary. And what used to scare my dad was these sandworms who lived in Saturn. So whenever these ghosts tried to leave the house, they would go into Saturn immediately, and then there are these big sandworms who would try to eat them whenever they tried to leave the house. And my daddy was scared of them when he was little, but I think they're kind of funny because they have stripes on them. Another scary part was when Otho was making the ghosts come downstairs, and it was really scary because he turned them into like really gross skeletons, and their skin was getting all pruny like a raisin, and the boy ghost's jaw fell off, and the girl ghost's hand got all dried up and flaky, and it fell off, and that part was really gross and scary. Actually, there were a lot of gross parts in this movie as well. Like when the same girl ghost and boy ghost, when the girl cut off the boy's ghost's head and was hanging it like this, and his dead body was on the floor, and he was like, guys, seriously, you really can't see this? And another scary gross part was when the same girl ghost was hanging herself in the closet, and when the human people opened it, they couldn't even see her. And guess what she was doing? She ripped off the skin of her face, and her eyeballs were like this. Blah. Another gross part was when that beetle guy had this like green stuff around his face, and I thought it was throw up because he did eat a lot of bugs, which is pretty gross. But there was one scene that was kind of funny. After he was done eating a big fly, he burped after that, and that was kind of funny. The reason why I called him Beetle Guy is because I don't exactly know how many times I said his real name, maybe twice, but if you said it a third time, guess what happens? Yep, you guessed it. He will come to life. And if you let him come to life, he will mess everything up. And I'm not kidding. Even though Beetle Guy was gross, he also was a little funny in this movie. Like when the ghosts first met, he was like always kissing them, and he was like, hey, where are you going? And then another part that was funny is when he found this girl thingy, and then he licked his hand and slicked his hair back with the spit of his, but it didn't really matter because his hair was always like this, and after he was done doing that, it just sticked back up. And another funny part at the very end of this movie, he took this magic witch sorcerer doctor thing's ticket. So he was next in line, and then the doctor magic sorcerer guy just took some powder and poured it on his head, and then his head was shrinking all the way down to his neck. And then he had the hugest body, but then the littlest head. There was also another funny part where these two ghosts who live in this house were trying to make this family who lived in their house go out by making them dance really crazy and singing a really funny song. And it goes like this. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Overall, I thought this movie was okay. There were a lot of scary parts and gross parts. And I will warn you, there are lots of bad language in this movie because Beetleman has kind of a potty mouth. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Daylight come and me one go home.